Eleanor sat down at the tiny desk, jammed into a corner of the operations bunker, and made a futile attempt to wipe her desktop. Every time Luhar was bombed, which was pretty much every day, sometimes twice a day, vibrations from the explosions shook the bunker like shock waves from an earthquake, and dust and debris drifted down from the ceiling. Everything gradually turned brownish-grey and acquired a gritty texture, including, infuriatingly, her hair. An orderly appeared with a mug of tea and an armful of papers and files. "Good morning, ma'am," she said. "Here are this morning's dispatches. Oh, and Air Vice Marshal Park would like you to join him as soon as possible." Eleanor took the mug and set off for Park's office, zigzagging her way through a serpentine series of tunnels that were like the catacombs of ancient Rome. There were deep shadows everywhere, punctuated at intervals by the harsh light of unshaded light bulbs. Rooms and offices appeared at random, and other passageways led away into the gloom. The whole layout was haphazard, carved out of the dirt and rock as occasion demanded. It was easy to get lost, and Eleanor sometimes wondered if the mythical Minotaur, half man, half bull, would suddenly spring, snarling, from around some Stygian corner. They were building a fine new bomb-proof control centre under the Baracca Gardens, near the Lascaris Battery, she had been assured, in some old Roman catacombs. But they said it would not be ready for months. RAF months, she knew from bitter experience, could be very long months indeed. Park was one of her favourite men. He was a New Zealander who had fought with great distinction as a fighter pilot in the First World War. At the beginning of this war, 2 years ago, in April 1940, he had been placed in command of 11 Group, Fighter Command, just in time for Hitler to launch his sudden attacks, blitzkriegs, westward into Holland, Belgium and France. In a rapid succession of disasters, the Dutch, Belgians and Danes were overwhelmed and surrendered. The defending British and French forces were crushed. The British Expeditionary Force just managed to escape from Dunkirk, brought home in large part by civilian volunteers, and the French army, the largest in the world, collapsed. Then, in an accelerating crescendo of seemingly unstoppable power, the German Luftwaffe Air Force launched massive bombing attacks on England in what Churchill named the Battle of Britain. But, against all odds, the Luftwaffe had been stopped. Park had organised his limited supply of defending Spitfire and Hurricane fighter squadrons and sent them into battle. For 5 weeks, in August and September 1940, the conflict had raged over southern England. Heavily outnumbered, but not outfought, Park's forces had turned back the raiders. That was when she had first met Park. He had plucked her from tedious clerical duties in the Air Ministry and set her up in 11 Group HQ, where she had developed the zero-sum mathematical model of the battle that would become known as red tape.